king of the road.
Jason Aldean back in Beaumont. Last time was 2006, July of 2006. Why had just come out, and that was #1 song for you.
Yeah, our only #1 song we've had so far. So that was a big year for us.
Play the heck out of your stuff, and you'll have more #1s. Your Johnny Cash song did really well.
Yeah, it was a big song for us last year, man. We had a lot of great stuff happen for us last year. We were out on tour with Rascal Flatts all year, and released the second album, and Johnny Cash was the first single off of that. So it really helped us to launch that second album, and kind of gave us that big song we needed, and it was a good year.
Yeah. Little known fact about that song, Beaumont boy Tracy Byrd cut that. I don't think he ever released it as a single, but it was on one of his albums.
Yeah, he did, as a matter of fact. And we were actually going to cut it and put it on my first album, and at the last minute, the publishing company called us and told us that they were giving the song to Tracy, and so I don't think he was aware of the fact that we were getting ready to cut it. I don't think he knew that, but he cut the song, and I don't know what happened, but it was on a greatest hits record, but it never came out as a single. So we had the opportunity to record it and put it on the second album, and so that's what we did. And no offense to Tracy, but I'm glad he never put it out.
Well, you've got a lot of charisma. There's about 1,000 girls in there that just can't wait to see you.
Well, we're excited, man. It's like you said, it's been a while since we've been here to Beaumont, and it's a new year. It's early on this year, and we just got finished taking a couple months off, so we're excited to be back to work, and we're having a good time, and working on a brand new album right now in the studio when we are at home. So we've been pretty busy so far this year, and just excited to be back out on the road.
It's Broken Bow recording artist Jason Aldean we're talking to right here on his tour bus, and you've got that new song that's doing great, Laughed Until We Cried, and you're about to go on the road with Tim McGraw.
We are, yeah. We're getting ready to go out with Tim starting in May, I believe it is. We're going out with him for a couple months, and just really excited about that, man. I'm a big fan of his, and just to get the chance to go out and play in front of him every night is going to be a big deal for us. So we're excited, looking forward to it, and it's going to keep us pretty busy through the summer.
You're definitely living your dream, because 10 years ago, did you think you would be opening up with Tim McGraw and touring with someone like Tim McGraw and Rascal Flatts?
Actually, 10 years ago, I figured I'd probably still be playing in a club somewhere, which I'm really not that far off. I'm playing a bar tonight, so it's. Yeah. But no, I mean, it's definitely been a lot more than I ever could have wished for, and we've been really blessed over the last few years to have things kind of fall into place for us, and so it's been a fun ride so far, and hopefully it's not going to end anytime soon.
You have a very inspirational story. Starting 2004, you were about to pack it in, weren't you, and head back to Georgia?
Yeah, I was. I'd been in town. I'd been in Nashville for about 5 years, and had actually had a record deal and lost it, and so I was pretty frustrated at the time, and so I was just getting ready. My first daughter was born, and so my priorities were kind of changing a little bit, and so I was getting ready to move home to Georgia. I'd actually applied for some jobs there in my hometown, and at the last minute, we get an offer from Broken Bow Records, which was a little independent label at the time, and and they kind of took a chance on me, and from then on, it kind of every business started picking up a little bit, and it's been pretty good ever since.
Lawrence Mathis is the guy that took you under his wing.
Well, yeah, this was a guy that actually saw me playing in a club in Nashville, and he wanted me to stick around town, and I pretty much told him, that I was getting ready to move, and he wanted me to stay in town for another year, and I told him I couldn't stay that long. I'd probably starve to death if I stayed that long, so I told him I could stick around for 6 months, and if he got me a record deal within that 6 months, I'd let him manage me, and I ended up getting a record deal about 5 weeks later. So it was a pretty good deal. He actually, was really instrumental in helping me get my record deal and getting to this point.
But you'd already been performing for years. I think your dad was a big influence on you, getting you involved in music, taught you some chords, and he was also a songwriter?
He wrote a little bit. I don't know if I'd call him a songwriter, but he wrote some songs. But yeah, he played guitar and was really the one that really got me interested in music at an early age and taught me, a lot about the music business, and actually was my manager and booked my shows and all that stuff for me when I was a teenager. So he was definitely a big help, and Michael Knox, who's my producer now, saw me playing in a club in Atlanta, Georgia, and signed me to a publishing deal writing songs in Nashville, which was how I got there 10 years ago. And so it's there's been a lot of people that are responsible for me being at the point where I am right now.
Jason Aldean, you want to tell us anything else about yourself? Any dark secrets?
I don't really have any dark secrets that I can tell you, but I don't know. Just I guess watch the news. If anything bad happens, you guys will see it, I guess, on like Inside Edition or something, or on his show.
Have you written any of those singles? The 5 singles that you've had on the charts?
No, I haven't written any of the singles. I wrote 3 of the songs on the first album. I didn't write any songs on the second album, and I'm actually going in April to finish writing some songs for this upcoming third album. So it's something that for me it's really hard to write songs out on the road, and so I basically had to go in, take some time off, and sit down and concentrate on trying to write some songs for this next album, just because I didn't have any on the second album, and I wanted to. So we're just trying to make sure that happens this time around, and hopefully we'll write a couple of singles coming up.
Now that hat, that's kind of your trademark. Did you come up with that? Did you design that hat? Because you're the first person I've seen wear a hat like that.
What's funny about this hat, man, is it kind of has, I guess, become a trademark, but it was something that I was just walking around in I think it was a Tractor Supply or something one day, and I just saw it, and it was really cheap. It was like $25, and I just thought it was really cool because I wear a lot of brown, and it had some brown in it, and I thought, well, that's kind of cool. So I just bought it, and just loved the way it fit and looked, and just started wearing it all the time, and then it kind of became a little bit of a trademark thing. So, but yeah, I've had more compliments on this hat, and it's the cheapest one I've ever bought. So that just goes to show you it doesn't have to cost a lot to get results.
Well, you started something because there's about 10 guys in there trying to look just like you. So,
well, I don't know why they'd want to do that. But
what do you think of this hat?
I think it's your thing, man. I don't think it worked for me, but it's good for you.
Jim King,
very good.
My Crown Boy hat, I call it.
That's right.
I don't know if it's going to start any trends like you have, but
I don't know either.
Maybe somebody named King. I don't know.
There you go.
Well, great to see you, man.
You too, man.
Continued
Thanks.
success.
Thank you very much for having me.
I hope you enjoyed our visit with country star Jason Aldean. Coming up next, we'll talk to Marshall Smith, Vice President of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, about Rodeo Houston 2008.